Hello again folks, and welcome to the third part of my Notorious playthrough. I'm the Lone Adventurer. Thank you very much for joining me. Please do consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video if you enjoy it. Now, if this is the first video you've come across, I would recommend going back to the first video in which I give an overview of the system and run through character creation. Or if you just want to get straight into the gameplay, go to the second video and I'll pop links to both of those in the description below. Now we're going to try and push on a little bit with this game. It has so far been fairly uneventful, I guess would be the word. The previous game that I played had quite a lot of fighting and scrapping and running around, and this game so far has not had that. Our hero ZX99 has been just wandering around really and not really getting up to much of anything at all. We're going to be going into the exploration phase. We're going to roll on the exploration table. Five. If your notoriety is 3 or higher, encounter a lead. Where's my notoriety at? 0. Okay, 0 notoriety at the moment. Otherwise, roll once on the exploration events table. Okay. So 1 and a 6. 1 gives us this first page here. 6 gives us this event here. Some locals ask you to help them hunt down a monstrous creature. They seem reluctant to give you too many details. So I've got two options. I can attempt to defeat the monster to gain 1 notoriety but lose 1 favour. Or I could watch them fail to take it down and gain 1 favour. Well, I've got 3 favour, and really to progress this story on a little bit I do need notoriety. So should we have a go at defeating the monster? Well, the monster does have +3 on their attack roll and 1 defense, which I think means they get to re-roll a dice. I'll check that in a minute. I would say, since we're going to hunt this monstrous creature, I can treat this as a ranged attack, although I'm now noticing that a ranged attack is +2 and my sharp metal limbs is also +2. Although ranged gives me +3 against multiple opponents. This is obviously just the one opponent. So I'd be at a disadvantage because I'm getting +2 and the monstrous creature is getting +3. Now my 3 motivation means that I can re-roll 3 dice if I'm unlucky. I'm just going to remind myself how the defense works. Okay, so them having defense means that the first time I successfully attack, it is defended, and then I have to defeat him, the monster, a second time. So it's not easy. Definitely not easy. I'm beginning to have second thoughts. I might not attack this monster because I saw in the last game how quickly things can go bad for our nomad. So I think we'll just watch them fail to take it down and gain 1 favour. What surprising ability did this monster display to ensure the hunt failed? Right. So the locals ask for help fighting a monster. I decline on this occasion and watch the monster, which is able to become invisible whenever it wants, kill them. So there we go, another uneventful, and I gain 1 favour. Let's crack on to our next destination. 1. You arrive in a small outpost or enclave run by a minor faction. Choose one. Okay, so this is location 1, a small outpost. So this is going to be Dunla Smuggler's Rest outpost. So my options are to search for anyone who might know our target to gain 1 favour. I've already got a lot of favour. Or speak with a local who works here then rest to gain 1 motivation. Alright, well let's speak with a local and gain 1 motivation. So we're going to add half of our favour rounded up, so this should go quite well. Because our favour is 4, so we're adding on 2. Lovely. So that's 4 plus 2 is 6 compared to 1, so I am successfully chatting with a local. 1. So someone who hates the war and dreams of its end. What small comfort can they no longer find, and how does it drive their actions? Alright, well this is in a smuggler's den, so let's try and tie it into that somehow. Alright, so at Dunla, the smuggler's rest outpost, we talk with a smuggler who wishes for the war to end, as they can no longer smuggle in the vids of their favourite soap opera. Okay, so with that done, we gain 1 motivation. So my motivation is quite high now as well. Remember, that allows me to re-roll dice, which is quite handy. Okay, let's carry on. So back on the exploration table. 5. So we're not going to encounter a lead because my notoriety is not 3 or higher. So we're going to roll on the exploration events table. 5, 5. You find a locked crate painted with the logo of the controlling faction. It's probably fallen off the back of a speeder. So the controlling faction is the Mystic Order. Roll a dice to see what's going on here. 3. You find a useful stash of ammo and fuel canisters. Gain 1 motivation. Who was this crate intended to resupply, and why did the pickup fail? Alright, so I found an ammo supply stash which was intended for a nearby Mystic Order squad who are out hunting a fugitive Lektok, which is the insectoid alien who you might remember in the last video came to me for help, and I told them to screw off, but I was too busy. On to my next destination. 3. So we've come back to the Kimono barge crawl and market. So we've doubled back on ourselves a bit. We're going to roll on the destination events table, or we could either roll on the destination events table or speak with a local. Okay, so we're going to roll on the destination events table. 2, 6. We see an unaffiliated mercenary or rebellious civilian being intimidated by a hostile soldier or guard. Roll a die. 5. Alright, so 1 to 3 you walk away, so presumably 4 to 6 we're going to attempt to take on this hostile soldier or guard. So they've got an attack modifier of 2 and a defense of 1. I'm going to be attacking with my sharp metal limbs, which gives me a +2. They've got a +2 as well. That's not good. So remember, the this dice is me, the green dice, or lime green dice. So that would be 2 + 2 versus 4 + 2. So I've got 4, they've got 6, which means the first round of attack is going to them. Now I can use, and will use, one of my points of motivation to re-roll my dice and hopefully get a higher number. Hey, there we go. 5, that's more like it. So now I've got 7 to their 6, which means that I am successful. However, the guard has 1 point of defense, which means that they are able to defend this successful attack and I have to defeat them a second time. So we're going to go into another round of combat. And that's very decisive. There we go. So I have defeated the hostile soldier or guard. Being successful, I can choose either to spare my opponent and gain 1 favour, or kill my opponent and gain 1 notoriety. And I need notoriety, so that's what I'm going to do. That takes my notoriety up to 1, which is a start. So let me just make a note about what just happened. Oh, wait a minute. And it also says, if you successfully get rid of the hostile, you may try to recruit the asset. So the unaffiliated mercenary or rebellious civilian, I can try and recruit them. Do I want to do that? I'm going to say yes. Let's have a go at that. So we're going to be adding on half of a favour rounded up. So that is a success, because I've got 4 plus 2 for my favour compared to the 3 of the person I'm trying to recruit. And we can see here I'm recruiting a rebellious civilian, let's say. They attack the next hostile lead or target you encounter before you can react. They have +1. Well, that doesn't sound that good. If they win, lose 1 notoriety and their debt is repaid. If they lose, gain 1 motivation. Well, I haven't got much. I haven't got hardly any notoriety, so do you know what? I'm going to backpedal that, and we're not going to attempt to recruit the rebellious civilian. In a different situation where I don't have much motivation, then that might have been beneficial, but not right now. Okay, so I'm going to make a quick note. Alright, so I've just written a little note of what just happened. Right, let's roll on the exploration table. 3. Okay, so we're going to roll on the exploration events table. 2-2. We're exploring a remote area and we spot a wounded figure stumbling over the ground, pursued by a pack of 3 snapping beasts. Choose one. I can either defeat all 3 beasts, then you may try to recruit the person you saved, or I can turn away and gain 1 favour. Well, obviously I'm going to try and take on the beasts. So when fighting multiple opponents, I basically take them on one at a time, but I only gain I gain 1 favour or 1 notoriety if I'm successful for the group as a whole. I don't get 1 for each of the opponents. Now I'm fighting multiple opponents here, so I get I'm going to say that I'm doing this as a ranged attack, which makes sense. I'm coming across these 3 snapping beasts attacking this figure, so as I'm coming across this situation I would attack them. I wouldn't wait to get close in order to attack them. So +3 for multiple opponents using my laser rifle. Here we go. Alright, so that is a success. Just want to check. Oh, they're getting +1. I'm getting 4, 5, 6, 7. They're getting 3 + 1, so 4. So 7 to 4 means I have defeated the first beast. There is 2 remaining. And again, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 compared to 5 for them. So the second beast is defeated, and there's 1 more to go. And so I'm 5 compared to their 3. So the final beast is defeated. And with all the beasts defeated, I can choose to spare or kill these creatures. I'm going to kill them to gain 1 notoriety. So I now have 2 notoriety. And I think I will try and recruit. So let's see whether I recruit successfully. That's 2, but I get to add on half my favour, so that's 4 compared to 3, so that is a success. Who am I going to recruit? Hopefully not a mercenary or rebellious civilian. a healer or doctor. If you lose a fight, do not roll to determine your fate. You instead wake up in a tank of gelatinous liquid in a destination being tended to by a medbot. Lose 1 favour or 1 notoriety. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. Right, so we just need to pop the healer in as an asset. We'll roll on the destination table. 5. You arrive at a small spaceport run by the challenging faction. Resolve both. Gain 1 notoriety. If my notoriety is 5 or higher, well, it's not. Roll twice on the destination events table. So this is the Kraketh Spaceport, which is run by the challenging faction, which is the Trade Alliance. So just by arriving here, I gain 1 notoriety. So my notoriety is now 3, which means I'm getting to the point where I might start encountering leads as to where my target is. Where Rudi, the Gaul who attempted to assassinate the Red Moon leader, where he's hiding out on this planet. Okay, but we've got to resolve 2 destination events. First one, 6-3, gives us: I find myself being jostled by a growing crowd of locals that are trying to catch a glimpse of something nearby. Roll a dice. 6. I see a prominent figure from the challenging faction battling a group of assailants. Ooh. So the challenging faction, that's the Trade Alliance, that's where we're at, isn't it? So it says, how do they manage to escape? So I gain 1 motivation. Alright, so I rolled up a name and species for this individual that we've seen. So I arrived at the Kraketh Spaceport, which is run by the Trade Alliance. I see Chido Robe, who is a well-known Gaul Trade Alliance negotiator, and he's being attacked. She's being attacked by angry locals. She strikes one down with a sword and runs. So that's my first event. Then my second event, 2-2. An elderly crop farmer or tribal leader lives nearby. I get drawn into a conversation with them despite my best efforts. And I realise they could be an asset and I may try to recruit them. Why did they pursue you so persistently, and how did you fail to shake them off? Okay, do I want to recruit a crop farmer or tribal leader? That particular type of local gives you additional motivation, and I don't need motivation right now, so I'm not going to attempt to recruit them. Alright, so I've just written that an elderly crop farmer engages me in conversation, and they did that because they thought they recognised me from a dream they had last night. Right, let's call it quits there, I think. We've progressed our story a little bit. Still no leads on our target, but our notoriety is creeping up. We've got a couple of handy assets that might help us. Motivation is high. We've currently got 5 out of a possible 6 motivation. Favour's quite high as well. So I'm pretty confident that in the next video we will start to see some evidence of Rudi Vallay, and we will move towards the end game of this adventure. Hope you join me for that one as well. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.